Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for. Why does it look like someone put their feet on the window?
That's not feet on the window. That's Sissy's little nose booping into the window a bunch of times.
Over there? That's a big-ass nose.
Maybe it's Cooper. He's got a big nose.
It's all over.
Actually, you know what I think that is?
You?
Not my feet. No.
Yeah.
When we try to look down into the neighbor's balcony, I think my greasy forehead hits the window.
No, they're like little circular dots. They look like fingers.
No.
Oh well, whatever.
Who is climbing up the window? I think it's Sissy's little nose. You've seen how she gets up in that window.
I don't think that's her, but go ahead.
Well, today we're here to recover. We're here to recover.
I gotta take a nap soon. We gotta get this going.
We're here to discuss the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 12 Reunion Part 3, the finale. This is it. This is the end.
I wasn't really satisfied.
No, I kind of felt like we weren't going to be.
Hmm.
Sadly, the whole Kathy Aspen thing was far from satisfying.
No, and far from solid, and the whole bit. I
did enjoy. Kathy didn't just sit there; she came at Brenna.
Yes, but she didn't like.
There was still stuff she should have cleared up more.
Yeah, she didn't provide anything. I don't think she cleared her name as well as I wanted her to.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm glad she didn't. I never thought she would just sit and take it, but
no,
I think she should have.
There are some things that
back.
I want to comment on as far as once we get to the Kathy part, like the remind me about when they start talking about the glasses.
Yeah.
I think I wrote stuff down, but well, I think let's just skim through this beginning part because it's honestly quite boring.
Oh, Erica? No.
Yeah, they talk about they check in with Erica and Sutton's love life. I really could care less. I'm sorry. I don't care about these women's love life, really.
No,
I mean, like, it's like, Sutton's love thing is funny, but
really,
it's just like, I don't really care.
I was trying to think, like, was that really something that they left off? No, that they left off with, maybe, and it was a smidge of something, but I don't think it was, and it was like, do we really need to know whether they're seeing somebody? We all know what they're doing, because, Erica's is all over the place in the press, so who needs to know, really?
And then they bring up Erica's drinking, about the fact that she cursed out Garcelle's son, Jax, and Garcelle asks Erica why she did it, and, why did Dorit not, like, really react to it, I guess, more than...
You know what? I'm going to say something here that's going to be a little different from what a parent's probably point of view is. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think what she did was right at all for Erica. You don't need to talk to children like that, especially the kid didn't do anything. I think I could see if the kid came over sassing up or something, but the kid didn't even speak. He came over to pick up flowers. So therefore, like, why you would even like address him? You didn't even need to address him.
Yeah, he didn't even like walk over and say, "Oh, hey, Erica,
can I have those flowers?" or "Can you hand me those flowers?" No, he just went to get the flowers, and she said, like, what she said, and I'm just like, but you didn't even have to do that. You didn't even have to address the kid. The kid could have like picked it up, walked away, and it would never have been a thing. Oh, that's a motorcycle. It would have never have been a thing. But
yeah, a helicopter was flying over.
The way Garcelle was reacting was like, she was asking questions that were weird, like, not the ones that I would be concerned with, I guess, as a parent. Like, why Jax? Why did you single? Like, why? Like, no, it wasn't. Like, that's the only thing that you can defend her for. Yeah, she didn't really like purposely. She didn't single him out. Like, she didn't call him, "Hey, you from over there, Jax, come over here," like she did to the older son. Or she was flirting with him.
Or she didn't walk up to him and say that. No.
I mean, I think if it was the other son that came over, it would have been him. I think if it was the older one, it would have been him. It was whoever was going to.
Maybe or so.
Yeah, I think even if it was Crystal, like, what the hell do you want or whatever. I don't think it would have been. I don't think it was really meant for him per se. Like, I don't think she was out there bashing kids. I think the kid just walked up and, for whatever reason, whether she was too drunk, too stupid, whatever it was, she opened her mouth and something stupid came out. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that would not have been, like, my questions to her. Like, I would have been like...
Well, maybe she was just asking her because maybe she didn't realize. Maybe she thought maybe she did have it in mind.
But I would have been like... But after you watch the show, and we all know that, because she said she watched it. She watched how it went down. So she saw that. It was just... He walked up.
Yeah.
He had no business, it was just a random thing that he just happened to be the kid there, and it wasn't correct and it wasn't right. And you don't say that. But my questions would have been more like, as soon as you realized what you did, why was there not a phone call to me?
The next morning. Why did you wait to see me at a
Yeah.
party?
Why didn't you why didn't you send my son some kind of I'm sorry,
Yeah.
even like a,
Through Instagram. We know he has social
something.
media,
Yeah, like why
obviously.
didn't you send my son something like, oh, I was so drunk and that's no excuse as an adult. And maybe when you get older and if you go out drinking, you'll understand like when you overdo it
Yeah.
or I don't know, something like that would have been my questions. Like, why didn't you like address us all right? Because she didn't, and we all know she didn't,
Yeah.
because she was waiting till they were at a party together and stuff. Like, what you did was wrong. Why'd you let it marinate
Hmm.
and sit like that? But that's the thing saying I'd be pissed at her for, but
Or
whatever.
yeah, like also when she talks to Dorit, like why didn't she tell Dorit like if what she's really pissed at is like Dorit, like why didn't she ask Dorit like, well, why didn't you tell her instead of
But
saying
Dorit
he was
did
getting
say
flowers
stuff.
first? Well, like no, why didn't you say like I feel like the most should be like also is like, well, why don't you go apologize to them out there? Like even if in
Yeah,
that
I guess
moment,
she
I
could.
guess
I
she
guess
could have
she
said
could. But
that.
I think Dorit probably already knew this
She's
one.
too
She's
drunk.
too drunk. I'm
Yeah.
not sending her back by that kid again. But because she did say like, no, don't say that. He's just getting flowers. Like she was trying to
Yeah, I think
kind of.
Garcelle's real issue is the fact that
I think she
Kyle
was.
and Dorit went back and like laughed at
Well,
it
that yeah
after.
was not nice. But I think they. I think that's why she came for Dorit, because she had the opportunity, because she was there and she did hear it. But I think Garcelle always feels a little bit picked on,
Yeah.
or like picked, like everything is different when it happens to her, and like I do feel that she feels that way, and I do
Well,
think
because
sometimes.
she's not in the core like
No,
four,
but I
so she's
do
not
I do think it is true though. I do think that if she does certain things, they react
differently.
differently, and when if it happens to her, it's like like she said, this is a group of I'm sorry, I owned it.
Yeah,
Okay,
which
let's
I
move
wrote
on.
that I literally wrote
Yeah.
down. I was like, she made a very valid point
No.
that they just apologize, move on, but they don't really move on.
No, and even if they do move on, it's not like
You just
uh
hold it till next season
well, it's no,
or
but
when
it's not
it's
even
valid when you need to
no,
throw
but
that out.
like it's not even. I don't think they mean it. I think they just say it because like it's like, okay,
Whatever.
well,
Let's move on to the next
yeah, I
fight of
just
the
want to get this
season.
off my plate now or something. Yeah, I don't think it's proper.
Andy then talks about that Erica had she was cleared in a bunch of cases and that Sutton texted her congratulations. And she also equates herself to like a plane crash going down. Like you would put the oxygen on yourself first and then help everybody else. And that's kind of what she's doing. And Dorit was like, well, that is a much better explanation than just saying,
No, of
I'm
course,
only caring for
yeah,
myself,
and
which that
I agree
makes
with all
sense.
of them. Like I think they said if you had, I think it was Dreed said if you had explained it that way, then it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
But like Erica said, she said I was embarrassed for my drinking. When I look at that person, I don't really know who that person was because I
Yeah.
would never normally do that. And in her defense, she has multiple seasons where she never was like that. She never drank.
Yeah.
She also didn't have any problems, according to us, because she acted like it was the good life. But so it makes you
Yeah.
think like it might be drinking that is making her act stupid.
And as far as we know, no medicine also back
Well,
then,
yeah,
now
she was saying
mixing.
that she
So,
has medicine and stuff, but she said that, she was very wrong for what she did to her son, and that, she's not happy with the situation. She didn't, so I mean, I think at that time, and I think what Erica's trying to say is, you guys want me to react like a certain way, but all you keep doing is digging me, digging me, digging me, that like I can't go, okay, let me give you a nice answer. Like,
yeah, like they
yes.
keep piling it
Like
on
they
and
keep, yeah,
like,
instead of just like they keep bringing it up and bringing it up and droning it into her and droning it into her. And yeah, basically making her feel like she did this. And I think that's her thing, is like, I didn't do this. And
yeah,
I understand there are people out there that are suffering because of something he did. But guess what? He's in some cushy little mental place where he's probably not really that demented, but he's getting off on it and doesn't
yeah,
have to hear anything from anybody. Meanwhile, she has to live this every day out in the public where people know what her husband did and what he didn't do and whatever. So it's not really fair to her. I
yeah.
mean, yes, there's victims out there. Should she have to pay for those people? No, that's like somebody getting in a car accident on the street. And because I live next to the street, you're going to tell me I have to what?
No.
Pay for them? I feel
I mean, I
sorry. You
get
can
them
feel
asking
sorry for
back
them.
for items that he picked that he bought with stolen money because but
Yes,
obviously it does
I
suck
do
for
agree. If
her.
something was bought with stolen money, it should be given back.
Yeah,
How you're going to necessarily prove that,
yeah,
I think
that's
is
kind of hard.
tricky.
But I'm just saying, like in that sense, that does suck for her because she doesn't know at the time that that was bought with stolen money.
Yeah,
That's like
but
if
I
I
guess
I
I
got you
guess
a
that's
little
how
mug
they're
from
figuring
Target
it.
and I you find out it's stolen. Now you got to give me your $5 mug back.
Well, I guess that's how
It was
I
$5.
know. I guess that's how they're thinking. Like she has, like as she was saying, she has that, like what's her name was calling her out on certain things, and like she has. It's Cooper.
I thought it was Sissy. Look, I
No,
mean, look at her. She's
I know.
socked out. I thought it
No,
was
it's my
her.
big boy here.
Somebody sounded like they were wheezing.
It's Wheezy over here.
Oh God. All right, sorry. Continue.
But
I was just
that's how,
concerned.
like, when Kathy finally came out, she called her out for a bag that she had and something else. I
A
forget, a
bag,
coat
a
or a coat or
coat,
something
and
like that.
earrings.
And yeah, and so Erica said, I've had these things for like 20 years, which to me might dictate, like, well, okay, this didn't happen 20 years ago. Maybe it was just happening the last 5 or something. I'm
Yeah.
just saying for numbers. I don't really know. But I'm just saying, so obviously, like, they would be looking at things that were bought in the last 5 years.
Newer,
So I
or
guess
yeah,
those
in like
things,
a certain time
yeah,
frame.
those things I guess she could keep. But, I mean, I understand. Look, I probably try to hold on to the earrings too, not because I don't want to give them to somebody else, but because I'd be thinking to myself, well, shit, I'm going to have a lot of bills because
Yeah.
this is not going to be easy. And, if these were given to me as a gift and they're not from that, then yeah, I want them because maybe I'm going to have to hawk them or, you
Yeah.
just never know. That could be
Which
what she's thinking.
he asked them if who would keep them, and they all did it. Nobody raised their hand, which I think they're liars.
I think they're liars
Because it's
too.
easy to sit there and not raise your
Yeah,
hand,
when
of
it's
course,
not
because you're not
yours.
going to want to look bad because
No, and
everybody
it's
doesn't agree with
you
that.
don't have them to be giving up. So what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Yeah, no, and then they asked her. Andy asked her, does she talk to Tom? And she said yes, and he said, but honestly, why do you talk to him? Because she said the conversations are really nothing, very vague,
Yeah, it's
very
like
basic. And
like
she said it's just basic humanity that makes me talk to him because I'm just
yeah, and I
whatever. But
really
I don't
don't
know
think
that I
he's
could talk to him because I think I would just be angry at him no matter what. Because
well. If he is as old as like they're making him sound like he's so old and doesn't remember things, and he's just calling to be like,
I don't think I think he
I don't,
remembers.
I don't know.
I think he's just using this because his age and it's convenient and it could probably
Yeah.
pass for it. But I
One
don't know.
thing that I thought was a little weird is Kyle's like she's like, what if she asks Erica about like all the heat that she has to take for it. Personally, I've never seen any of them take heat for
I know.
anything they've ever said defending her. Maybe not on like social media, but maybe in the personal like
That's the
social
only
like
thing I
group
could
of
think
Beverly
of. Maybe like somebody
Hills.
says, "Oh, you." But
Yeah,
I
but
even that, like, I don't
I don't know about that.
know because I've never seen them come out and like be like so publicly defending her. I don't know.
No.
It's weird. And then Andy asked her, "Does she miss like her old house and stuff?" And I'm sure she does.
Duh, who wouldn't?
But I'm sure she does. It was a home she lived in for so many years. But she said, "I'm not crying over it. I'm okay where I am. I'm just trying to keep my head above water for myself." So I don't blame her for that. I mean,
Why does it sound like you're whispering?
I don't know.
It
Does it?
sounds like you're talking like this.
I don't think I am.
Oh, okay. That sounds legit. I listened to it, and you were going down and lower and lower. You did lower your voice.
Well, can I just tell you, I went to listen to the podcast today after you made me change those stupid settings on my phone.
Oh,
I'm having that radio on maximum, and I could barely hear us.
I'm
And I'm
trying to
thinking,
save your
and
hearing.
no, but you could
Yeah, you have to shut it
barely.
off when you go in the car because it's not the same
I'm
thing.
like, this was a bunch of horse crap. And then I finally remembered. I'm like, wait a minute. Because I'm like, maybe something's wrong with the speakers. I'm unplugging speakers. I'm taking the thing off.
I meant to
And then I'm
tell you that
like,
you have to shut that
ugh.
off.
I'm like, that's off. I don't care. I'm too old to worry about my ears at this stage of the game. You save yours. Mine are gone.
We'll just keep the noise notification alert on because then it will just tell you when it's too loud and you can lower it back down.
Mhm.
There you go. It's fine. All right. Let's move on to Kathy, the hot topic now. She saunters on in on the set. Rinna looks pissed, and also Andy. As soon as she comes on, she's like, "Up here you go, Your Majesty." Obviously, he clearly did that to piss off Rinna. Like I think he was doing, like
Yeah.
like
I
why would
think
he? I don't know if he
I
would have addressed her like that if
no,
this
but I
wasn't a
gotta
big
be
thing.
honest. I think Andy is over Lisa,
I think by the end of it, yes.
and I think he's. Oh, I don't think he's that angry with Kathy. I don't think he believes everything. I'm not sure if he's really truly convinced. She said nothing, but that's what we were saying. Like, okay, Lisa Rinna finally opened her mouth and said all the things that she's claiming she said. But I think if Kathy came and said, like, no, I didn't say that, but I was complaining. I was complaining about like how she started to say like I feel dismissed by Kyle. I feel like sometimes she hates me, and then she did cut her off,
Yeah, that's what I was
which
talking
I
about with the
thought was weird
glasses.
that she did cut her off. So I mean, I think that's what we said. Like it's not so much you can't just keep denying it. You have to tell us, well, what was it that you said then? Because that would help a lot if you said, I didn't say those, because she kept saying, I never said those things. Okay, but clearly you said something. They said you were ranting and raving. So
Mhm.
you said something. So what did you say then?
Yeah.
Like, just say what you said. Say, even if you said, I'm so annoyed. I can't stand Bravo. I can't stand this one, that one. This filming is stupid or whatever. That's one thing. But I don't think she called the other girls' names and
No.
stuff like that. I really don't. I think, but I just don't know what Lisa Rinna would get for making it up. Like, I don't know what she would think she was going to get.
What, from lying from it? I
Yeah.
think exactly what Kathy said, the contract. I mean, we can get more
But
into
I
that
know,
once we
but
get to
no,
that
but
part,
here's the
but
thing. Like, I think she could have beefed this up without, I don't know. Like, I just think she could have, I don't know. Yeah.
I
Anyway.
don't know. So once Kathy's there, they question about the slippers, and she says she wears the slippers. She was wearing them because her feet hurt.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Why not? I mean, wearing
I think
heels the
she
whole
was one
time.
of the ones that looked the best tonight. She looked.
You know what? She looked like high
Hmm.
class. She
Yeah.
looked professional.
Yeah.
She
Lisa wasn't even
looked
making
put together.
eye contact with her, and I mean, Lisa against that, she looked very trashy.
Yeah, like
Her look
compared,
was
she
very
looked like
trashy.
like she may be part of the royal family, like with the pink and the necklace and everything. It just kind of like looked like that.
Yeah. She asked her if
Um,
she knew how to contact her husband without leaving the text
Yeah,
messages
and
in the
she uses
comments.
that to make a dig at Rinna. She says, "Yeah, I pull like a Rinna and I delete the stuff 20 minutes later," which she was thinking about that before she went on stage. She prepared that one.
Oh yeah.
She did a little Diana prepared the script, read the lines a couple
Yeah.
times and came
Yeah.
out prepared.
Of course, they tackle the 818 tequila.
Yeah, well they give a whole little montage though, and during
Yeah,
that
which was very
montage,
informative. It was definitely a big help,
yeah, seeing it
I
all put
think.
together like that, it was nice. But during the montage, Kathy tells Rinna, that you want to swear on the swear on your life on this, or like on the Bible or something. She wants to swear her life on the Bible about all this
Yeah.
because I guess Rinna must have said that in the montage, and she starts like saying that, which to me makes me think that Kathy has not actually seen the episodes, or Kathy doesn't watch the show at all.
I
I
don't think
mean,
she
we
does
do
either.
know there was
I can't see her sitting around but she does watch stuff though. So
but
we do
no,
know she watches iPads, but
well,
I
no, but she didn't know where Bravo was the first time she was on the show. Like, I think she was asking Kyle, where does this even air? She didn't know it aired on Bravo.
oh, I
So to
don't
not
remember
know that
that.
it doesn't air on Bravo to me makes me feel like you're not
I'll
watching
forget
it.
it now. They switched it to Peacock. She'll be screwed.
No, it's still on Bravo.
I know, but it's also on Peacock.
No, I know. So Kathy, oh, and she's talking to the cat.
I'm sorry, he got shocked by my
Oh,
hand. It was
never good. They've been getting shocked so much lately.
Yeah, static in
Even
here.
Sissy has.
Static.
Kathy says that he's coming to join us. He's going to sit on her lap. Kathy brings
Let me
up
go.
why she wanted to talk about the tequila so much, and she says she didn't realize that
I think that makes sense. I do.
At Dorit's party that they caught it on camera. At Diana's party they caught it on camera. She didn't realize that they got that, which I could agree.
They weren't like full. Oh, he's really trying to lay that
The
pressure.
camera was from a distance every time.
No, but here, yeah, yes, and the times that they did catch him, it wasn't like where.
She never said the name brand. Like, we didn't know that when we watched it.
No, because remember I said when I remember her with tequila and I
you made a joke about it. I
was
think.
like, what the she's giving her 2 bottles of tequila for. It's
I know
the
you
weirdest
definitely made a
thing
joke
ever.
in the episode that we did.
But I didn't know it was her tequila. I didn't know at all because she didn't say it. She goes, "Here's that tequila you love," and she didn't really even hold the label front
to us, yeah.
No, so
nothing
like,
for
I
us
didn't
to really
even
know.
Because I was like, oh, what is it that she loves? I wasn't even like sure what the hell it was. But that's my thing is that like she
and even the part where she said with
really
with Rinna when she says, "Oh, somebody sent you some kind of pink tequila or something." Once again, she didn't say the name of her own.
No, she said, "Oh, it might have been us," but like again, didn't say it might have been my
but
casa, whatever.
It might have been us. That's like if I sent somebody on my feed.
Dean's job.
I already looked on their website. They don't have it. They do have 818. They had somebody else's tequila. Oh, they have Skinny Girl. They don't have no Rinna wine. Nothing from Heather Dubrow.
No Casamigos either. Or they have to have.
Oh, they have Casamigos. Of course, they have Casamigos. But no Casa del Sol. Maybe we can put a request in. Oh, but yeah, they didn't have many housewife wines. Just Skinny Girl, which I think is like she's past being a housewife brand, I guess at this point. Oh, sorry. It's a spam email. Energy bill savings, solar panels. You go ahead and put solar panels on your apartment.
I get them all the time.
I love
right
those
on the windows. Good.
No, what was I just? You threw me off with about getting the alcohol tomorrow.
No, about her and the montage they did. I totally think that too because the times that she did try to make it a thing where she would be like, okay, camera's getting me, she was shot down twice. She tried to be like, okay, everybody, I want everybody to have a tasting, or how about we do a little tasting?
Like the
They
Diana
shut it
party, I
down.
don't even really remember even seeing it in the Christmas episode when they tried it.
I don't know that they did.
I don't know if they put it in there.
I
But
don't.
even so, it wasn't. It was very quick, and it just seemed like they were tasting tequila. Like they
Yeah,
didn't make it
I
sound like
mean,
they're tasting Kathy's tequila.
no, I don't. I don't think that's what that, and that's what I think she real was like. I don't think I got from soup to nuts. Like this is my casa. Blah, blah, blah.
She didn't
Like,
get a Rena wine tasting party, basically, is what she
yeah,
said.
like
Not that
Lisa
she
Rinna got
wanted
a
that.
full wine, full
I think she
blown.
just wanted them to try it, just have a couple shots,
Yeah,
and
and
just
just
say
put it
this
out
is
there. Yeah, and then I
Casa
think
del Sol.
also at the other time where she did feel like she was getting acknowledged at that Kimosabi
Well,
store,
yeah, she
because she
that
had them
cleared it up.
out. But yeah, but she had them out like she was going to do a little tasting
Yeah,
for
she
her.
thought that's what
And
Kyle was doing.
yes, and she could have been saying, okay, can we use my sister's tequila?
Well, no,
But
Kyle
then
did
I
say
think what
no.
got her upset was that Lisa Rinna brought out the 818 right when her stuff was there to be
Lined up, yeah.
lined up, so I think that's what did it in, what really pissed her off, which I don't blame her, because she's thinking, oh, I'm finally gonna get my moment, my little moment, all my. And even Andy said, like, obviously Andy doesn't have a problem with people hawking their goods, because he was like, what's wrong? She just wanted to have her tequila on there. What's so wrong with that? So
Yeah, and you can't be when you did give Rena a wine tasting party. She even did Rena Lips. She
yeah,
did 2 parties this season to
I know.
promote
Which
herself, Rena.
none of those parties made sense.
No.
None of it. So the wine tasting, okay, but none of those things made sense. Those
The
lips
lip party
made
was
sense
the
because
second lip party.
you
You already
launched it
did.
for the same 7 girls.
Yeah.
Who gives a care about
The
them?
the
It's not
wine
even like
tasting
she
made
had a party.
sense because
Yeah,
it
'cause
started on the show
yes,
all the way back then.
yes. But for the lips was
No.
stupid, because you had the same people again. You didn't even have like
And
influencers
Erica
or
got to do
anybody
her
there.
her pretty mess hair too.
Yeah, I just think
I mean, it's a known fact. Everybody does the promoting, even if they don't host a party. They
Yeah.
hold the bottle. They set the bottle. Mauricio wears his hats all the time. So it's not like a
Well,
big
that's
deal.
what I told you. Like the Kardashians had 818 on the table because Kendall, Kim, and Chloe were having lunch. It was lunch.
Yeah. No,
It was clear cut lunch. Like they weren't even out at dinner because it was broad daylight.
Yeah.
So they just put it, and they propped it right in the front of the table. And I'm like, nobody's having tequila. Like you can see, nobody was even having it. But it just, they put
You know
it
what
there.
would be smart? If you wanted to do something like this, they should get an empty one, pull a Chloe, and not fill it up with Oreos, but like fill it up with like colorful M&Ms, so it looks like it's like now a decor bottle instead. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Take this tip, ladies. If you have an alcohol brand, fill it up with some like marbles or something. Put flowers, make it a vase now, and now you have your logo slapped there,
Yeah.
and you'll still see the logo. But now it doesn't look so much like so much product placement. It looks like you're reusing, reducing, and recycling. It's a great idea.
And I think that's what's the problem, because that's kind of where they went with like with her and Kyle. I think that's
I
the
wonder if
problem.
they can hear this boy purring. He's so loud. I hope you
There
guys
was
can.
one of them that you could hear.
Yeah, well, he was really close.
It was like, yeah, it was up and down when we were over here. I think that's the problem with her and Kyle, is that she was trying to say she wasn't mad at Brenna, but
Yeah.
I think she said, I was angry. I wasn't mad at her. There's a difference.
She's mad at what she did, but she's not
Yeah, she's
mad
like, I wasn't
at
like,
her.
oh, I'm mad at she was mad at her sister, because her sister, they all have to be defended constantly. And these 3 sisters are never going to get this right. So I don't know. They should just stop trying and be like, whatever. Because I know that's what sets Kyle off. Because she's like, I didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
And I think she does take a lot of blame for stuff she didn't do.
Yeah.
Because
even when you think about back to the Kim stuff.
Yeah, they're just there. They want her to do certain things.
She's middle
that
child?
She doesn't.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's getting the middle child syndrome done to her.
Wait. Is she the middle child? No, I think she's the. I don't know.
I'm going to look it up. You keep talking.
But and then of course they go into the night and what happened that night.
Well, I did want to say, I don't know if we mentioned this, but Kathy did kind of take the blame though.
What do you mean?
For the Kimosabe party thing, because she did say that it is her fault a little bit that she went in thinking that Kyle was doing this for her.
Yeah.
Which is what Kyle perceived it as wrong, is thinking that she's
but
blaming her for thinking that she's thinking this when she's really not. She's saying,
but that's
it's
the
my
thing.
fault because I over expect. It's like when you go somewhere and you're like, oh, I think this is going to happen. And then it doesn't. You're like, oh, well, that kind of sucked.
But like, that's part of the problem, is that like she says that there and then, but then like you see how she reacted at the end. Like she said one thing
Yeah,
to
that was
Kyle,
a little
and then
weird.
it was like all of a sudden it was like, no, it was a whole different thing. And we're like, wait a minute, you just were hugging and kissing her and saying we're sisters, and then you're saying you didn't say 2 words, like, and walking out like kind of storming off. So which one was it? Like that's where like I do get a little confused as to like
Okay.
who's right, who's wrong. Who said what?
Kyle's 53. Kim is 58. Kathy is 63. She is the middle child. Wait, Kathy's their
No.
half sister?
No, Kim is the middle child.
Oh, did I just say it wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
You said the numbers, but...
Wait. I didn't know Kathy was her half sister. I thought they were full sisters.
Really?
It says right here on Wikipedia, Kyle Richards, Kim Richards, sister. Kathy Hilton, half sister. What makes them not sisters?
Different daddy.
Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, no, different dads is correct. But they are, like, there are technically, like, kind of blood related. Because once
Oh, they
her
are
mom...
blood related. It's
Yeah,
the
no,
mom.
no, yeah, I'm saying, so once her mom got with her dad, they had
Yeah.
her sister. I just didn't realize they had different dads, so maybe that's why they do act a little bit different from Kathy. It's because the dad... No, the
Maybe.
moms. They have different moms.
No, they have the same mom.
Same moms, different.
Different dads. Yeah.
Yeah, different dads.
Because
Sorry.
they talk about their mom, so they definitely talk about
So
the same
maybe
mom.
that's where their issue goes wrong. It's maybe
That could
something
be.
in, you know, a dad gene always messes everything up. So
Mhm.
maybe that's where they all went wrong. Maybe it's they have the dads on their end. Maybe they...
But they finally get to where we think we're going to get some kind of important
Well, yeah, because Andy
information.
asks, what made you go over the edge?
Andy says, so let's get to the night when you guys went out clubbing and let's find out what exactly happened. And he asked her, so Kathy,
She
in
does
your
explain.
opinions, tell me what happened. So she mentions the DJ thing that they were talking about. She doesn't mention Michael Jackson.
No,
She
just
just
says...
said that she went up to the DJ and asked him, can you play... If I give you some money, can you...
No, she was trying to talk to the DJ, and he was like, had his head in his phone, his headphones
Yeah.
on. He wasn't paying attention. So she went to the manager.
Yeah, and said,
And that's
if
where she asked about
if I give you some money, can you please play some music for my friends and me? And the DJ and the manager said, I'm sorry, it's too busy. We can't do that. And she was like, really? Because, you know, they do that all over. And of course, you know, I can see Kathy's naming like Paris, London,
Yeah,
France,
name dropping.
all, yeah.
I
And
can
they're
see
like,
that.
they do that all over, you know, and this and that. And he got mad and said to her,
Where are you from?
where are you from? She said LA, and he told her to go up and back there.
Yeah, go back there.
And I could see Kathy. I think she does have a short fuse. I don't care what she says. I think she has a short fuse because just based on the 818 and that whole tequila thing, she went real quick, real fast off the deep end. And Kyle alluded to that like she said, once she goes there, you cannot get her back.
I think she's overly sensitive.
Uh-huh.
And I think that was her issue because...
I think she takes things the wrong way sometimes.
Well, and I think because she gets from 0 to 100 so quickly, she doesn't get to explain herself because Kyle says... Because she says...
She gets so enraged.
She's, in her way, she said it. She tells Kyle, we have to go. And Kyle says, that's not how you said it to me.
Mm-hmm.
You said, we have to get out of here now. Like, she was like gritting
and I could see Kathy
and I could
saying
see,
that.
yeah, being like, let's go. Look at how they treated us here.
Mm-hmm.
We're better than this. We don't need to be here. Like, you know.
No, I absolutely could see her doing that.
But the issue is where Andy then asks everybody what they saw, and Erica says that Kathy came up to her and told her that the DJ... What, Sissy?
Yeah.
She's sauntering around by the walls over here.
She needs to stop. So,
she says that the DJ is an effing and she's the
Make sure
X
she's
slur.
not choosing to sit.
Sissy, what are you doing back here? We're trying to tell a story. Can you... I don't know what the hell she's doing. Do you want to come sit with us? Where are you going, in the window? No? Oh, God, it's so hard to deal with these cats.
That's okay.
Little babies. No, so she says that Kathy used the F slur, and Kathy immediately denies and tells Erica that she would never speak like that, which I mean, listen, I don't know about her use of using slurs, but I hope she wouldn't. But the cursing part, it makes me like, you know.
It's okay. Where are you running off to?
What the hell are you guys doing? We're like at the peak of the fight here.
He heard her make a noise. Sit down.
Oh my God.
Sit down, Koopy, because I gotta get a couple of little somethings here. Come on, let's go.
All right, yeah. So okay.
Good luck with that. I got another paper cut, by the way, in case anybody cares.
Another what?
A paper cut.
Another paper cut? Have you even
It's
told them yet?
Freaking schedule. Every time it gets me that big ass schedule.
Are we done, Sissy?
Yeah, I think she.
All right. So now Sissy's done. What I was gonna say was I don't know if Kathy would be the type
go down there and piss her
oh
off.
God,
No, maybe not.
please God,
Maybe not. Go ahead.
I don't know if Kathy would use slurs like I was saying. I hope she wouldn't. But the cursing part, like drunk wise, maybe she does curse, but the fact that we did see her in Aspen tell Kyle, "Watch your mouth, Kyle," which we were like,
And I
"Oh,
think
that's
she
so
did it
funny."
one time before too at the
Yeah,
Christmas party. I think she said
maybe. And then
something.
even on the couch just now, before this, Kyle like says the F word, and she's like, "I know, Kathy, that I said it," like before Kathy
Yeah,
even say
yeah.
anything, and I know, but that's just how I feel right now. So the fact that like it clearly is like, at least in Kyle's circle of the family, it's well known that Kathy doesn't curse.
Yeah.
So, to me, I'm like, I don't know how much I could see her cursing, even if she's raging out like that. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really know. Because even
And
Rinna,
that's a very
Rinna
like
says she's using
that's
F bombs and
but
things
that's
like
a
that.
very specific like
What
word.
she said.
Yeah, to pick.
Yeah.
Like, because she called him like an old, like,
Yeah, she even called him old too. Like, she added that he was an
yeah,
old, the.
yeah, like, I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Like,
Like,
it was very, like, particular and, like, thought out. Which, if you're raging like that, I don't think you would even think to that much. Like, he's old too in there,
yeah,
Not that old is the
I
worst
don't
of what she
know.
could have said, but Okay, and now what is he tearing up?
The whiteboard.
Kathy though tells her that she's got a more credible reputation than Erica does, and Garcelle's face was just like, huh.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
Garcelle's
Garcelle and
face
Sutton's faces
were
were
so good.
priceless. They were just like, wait, what the hell is going on? And you could tell some of the stuff they just were not
Expecting.
And yeah, they were
Well, because
definitely,
Sutton was at the club, but Garcelle really had
yeah,
nothing.
no,
She's only heard from Rena's side of the
yeah,
story.
yeah, she was very,
Yeah.
and then Andy kind of says, it's a case of she said, which I think the whole thing is that
Yeah.
because it is Lisa Renna against Kathy. And of course, everybody's going to hear something differently because when somebody says something to you, you hear it one way and you think you hear it and you're remembering it a certain way. And that's not how it was said. Because,
Yeah.
case in point, I know I was in a situation like that where I know what I said and I know how I reacted to something, and somebody else took it totally different
Yeah.
and portrayed it like in such a way that was like I hung up a phone and someone said I slammed it down. It just made a loud,
Yeah.
maybe it just made a loud sound. They perceived it as I slammed the phone down and was angry or something. And I'm like, so it's a both of a truth, but like I think Lisa Ronette had to exaggerate, but I don't think Kathy said nothing.
Yeah. No,
I think something was said.
I
I
don't
think
think
she was
she's
very
saying it to the
angry. I think
extent
she
that
was
they're
hyped
making it to
up
be,
because
but
I do think that Kathy, to a certain degree, I think it's inevitable. She is Hilton. She has money. I think she expects that when she says something or throws money at something, that people are going to
fix
respond.
the problem.
Yeah,
Money's
that
gonna
they're
fix
going to
it.
respond. I think she is entitled. And she thinks that, are we seriously going to do
They're
this
gonna
now?
fight the cats now.
If only I can remember
What
where
were
I
we saying?
was.
Because these two have to fight. I think we were just saying that Kathy didn't say nothing, but
Yeah,
not to that
yeah.
extent.
I don't think that Kathy is totally innocent, but I don't think she's as out there as Lisa's making her sound. Like I think
Yeah.
because she admitted that she was angry and annoyed
Yeah.
at this guy. So I think she hyped herself up and got herself worked up. And Crystal, they said she was actually going to leave with them, which would have made it a whole different
That would have
story.
changed everything.
Yep, because instead of like letting her get enraged, I think Crystal would have tried to calm her down
Yeah.
and bring her down before they probably even got to the home. Because I think she would have been like, listen,
I swear we can't have anything. Now he's scratching the ottoman. I'm gonna start raging. I'm gonna throw my glasses on the floor and I'm gonna stomp on them.
he's
He
so
heard that threat. Apparently, all you gotta do, everybody, is just say you're gonna take your glasses, put them on the floor, and start stomping on them, and everybody's gonna freak out.
and then make him do a conga line. So he said, so
When you're talking about Crystal leaving with Kathy.
yeah, so she had ordered the car, but then something happened.
She texted the production.
Yeah,
It's something with,
yeah.
again, with a damn
She
coat.
couldn't find her coat or something like that, so she was trying to get it. So Lisa said, "Listen, I'll take her home. I'll leave with her." And I sometimes think that Lisa jumps on this stuff to get the inside skinny.
Yeah.
And I think she saw an opportunity for her to be going like nutty. Do I think
Well,
she thought that she could take it to this level. No, I
No.
think she thought she might have had
Just getting a
something
little something.
or something to talk about that would have been crazy in the next morning.
Plus, it would have fit the character that she already built the night previous.
Yeah.
She saved Erica from a bad situation. Now she's
Yeah.
saving Kathy. So she looks like it's just what she does. She's a helpful friend. Not really.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and Rena says the meltdown truly starts in the van, and she's never heard things like what she was saying, but she still doesn't say what she truly said because she repeats the same exact thing about the
oh, but wait, we didn't
about the Bravo.
Did we say about the investigation?
Oh no, we didn't get to mention
that's
that.
what I was going to say, that Andy actually commented.
Well, when you were saying that he said,
he said actually commented on that. Unfortunately, it's a situation where it's two different people's sides, and they were the only two there, so there's no way to find the truth of what was actually said unless somehow they were recorded, and there's none of that. So he said there was actually an investigation launched, and they came to the conclusion that it was just a he said she said situation, and
and I think Garcelle said who filed it.
Yeah, Garcelle was like,
they
shocked,
said HR.
I guess they all didn't
know about that.
Yeah, it seemed like Lisa and Erica knew about it, but it didn't seem like the other girls knew about it. So that was very interesting because when someone makes an allegation like that, they have to investigate it because that's what happened to like that Stassi shooter from Vanderpump. She got let go, and another girl got they have to let them go if they make comments.
Which wasn't there one on OC? I can't remember her name. She's gone now. She's kooky. What the hell?
Did you see that hand to the head though?
No, I didn't see it. He just scared the crap out of me.
She gave him a hand to the head.
The one on OC, she was a little crazy. She didn't believe in COVID. They kept her on for a little bit, that one. I can't remember her name. Because I don't really know her name. I didn't get to watch
Tiny?
No, brown hair. Crazy. If I saw her, I know her face, but I don't know her name.
I don't know. Cooper, what are you doing, hun? Yeah, so then...
I'm going to look her up while you do that, and then you can tell me. So I don't know. I thought she made comments.
The other thing, too, was they had some good comments.
Kelly Dodd.
Oh, Kelly Dodd, yeah.
I thought she made some comments.
Because, of comments she made.
But I thought there was comments before, and they left her on a whole season after.
She made comments, but not, I don't think they were
not
comments
enough
like that.
to let her go. Oh.
Cooper, stop looking at her like that.
I don't really know, but I thought I heard that. This is just rude.
Yeah, he's looking at her bad.
This is rude. This is rude, Cooper.
I wish Cooper knew what rude was, because I don't think he really does. I think he just is...
You're pure evil.
Look
you
at the
beast.
Face. Look at the face. Hello? Are we not sister and brother here? So, based on that investigation, all that they did, they started going back and forth, and I thought you were going to sneeze now. It's going to be like, seriously?
No.
Kathy said, I have a stellar reputation, and I do not lie.
Yeah, we did mention that.
Yeah, and then Erica said, well, not right now, you don't. And Kathy said, well, I don't think you should talk or something to that
about
effect.
The coats and things like that.
And then that's when she brought up those purses
that we were talking about earlier,
which I really don't know what that had to do with anything.
I don't know.
Because she was acting like they weren't hers, or that she was
lying.
Yeah,
she did throw out a lot of alleged comments.
Yeah, they didn't really make sense though either, because I'm like, but she sounded like she heard something, but I don't think she had the right story or the full story. I think she was trying to come with some kind of comeback that didn't work. So
that was like a last minute thing. They prepared her in the room, and they didn't.
I don't think it was really working for her. And
no. But Kathy does admit that she vented. Most importantly, and she says that she did it because she knew there was no cameras, and she saw it in Rana a friend.
Well, she said that we're old friends, and I thought that I could vent to my old friend, and that there was nobody here to see us except you and I, and it would stay with us. When you do that with a friend, you expect that the friend is just going to listen to you, or say you're crazy or stop, you're getting out of control or whatever. And I could absolutely, Lisa Rinna says that, oh, you're preaching to the choir, sister. I've heard her say that a million times. So I wouldn't be surprised that she didn't say that.
It sounds like exactly.
It sounds very much
I get it. That sounds
sorry,
like
I don't think Kathy's smart enough to go back and look for whatever kind of catchphrase would fit there from Rinna. No. Maybe somebody gave it to her. I don't know, but I still don't think she would be thinking of that.
Yeah, and she asks Rinna if she remembers even saying that. Rinna says, "No, I don't." And then
but it's the way Lisa said it. did you see the way she said it? Like she
was like,
paused.
no.
She was like,
She was like unsure.
Yeah, she took like a weird pause, and then she was like, well, no, I don't recall saying that, or something weird, like where it was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, that's kind of,
Yeah. And
weird.
then, they're coming for you too. Behave. That can go for Kathy and Rena, or Cooper and Sky, really. And then Andy reads off all the things that Rena had said, that Kathy said about everybody in the group. And while she's doing that, Kathy's like, I'm gonna make you take a lie detector test.
Yeah.
Which was just so funny.
And she also tells her about like the glasses that because then Lisa Rinna went, oh, didn't you throw your glasses down and stomp on them and beat the wall and stuff?
Wait, I think you jumped a little bit ahead. There was a little bit more that I had noted down that I wanted to talk about before that.
Oh.
Do you want me to just
go ahead?
Okay, really quick, I'll do it. Well, she denies anything, all that stuff that they ask her, what she said. And that's before that, though. Kathy says, let's talk about the text.
Yeah.
Which is important here. And she says that she doesn't have the text on her phone. And Erica says, well, you could have deleted them. Which is true. I believe that it's correct. Now, here's the thing. Rena does bring up the text on her phone. But now we have only started podcasting this season. We did not get to podcast the Denise Richards situation. And I told you while we watched it, I said, why is nobody taking that text, going into Denise Richards, or I can't even remember who it was, Brandy or Denise. I can't remember. Whoever it was. Clicking on the contact's name and seeing, is this Denise Richards' phone number? Is this Kathy Hilton's phone number? Why is nobody doing that? Because right now, you could text me, Kathy Hilton's a two-timing, lying, da-da-da, and I could change it to say whatever name I want in my contacts. Yeah. I could have you be whoever you want. Nobody knows that. Like, it's not like something like once you put a phone number in a name, that's how it stays, because it's not true. So, like Andy just looked at it. I don't know if he did that. I didn't see him look at it. It didn't look like it.
This one's definitely Hungry. Because he's going for crap.
Yeah. But the other thing I was going to say was too, I think it would have been better if Kathy pulled it up on her phone saying, here's a text before Aspen, here's a text after Aspen. It's not in the middle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
she didn't get her. Yeah, she had her phone, but she didn't bring it up.
Lisa Rinna could have done that too. Like why wasn't she showing that this is her?
Well, she did.
Kathy Hilton feed, like, you know.
Well, I guess she looked at. I mean, like Andy looked at it, but it doesn't matter. You could
Cooper,
whatever. It does. What the hell? That kid held a high C note. One of the other things too I wanted to point out was, right, if Kathy had brought it up, because I think Kathy's like, it's all deleted. Here's the thing. I think you can set in your phone too to delete text after a certain amount of days so that you clear up storage. Like after 30 days, you can delete things. So they could have just magically disappeared and her not realize. She's giving the cat snack while I do this, just because this is my one opinion, just so that we could keep them good and we could keep moving the podcast along here. We're all about efficiency here, even though we get sidetracked, like now. But what I was going to say was, see, if Kathy... I was like, putting her in the order. Hopefully you guys can't hear it, because I don't know, like our other mic, when it's in my computer, it's more sensitive. This one is not as sensitive. Maybe that'd be good. I don't know. We'll see. So one of the things, though, what I was going to say was, if Kathy brought it up and she, like I said, showed a text before Aspen, after Aspen, it would have been good, because truly I don't believe, iPhone users, which is what they both are, that I don't know about Samsung. I don't have one, so I can't speak on that. But you can go in and select text that you want to delete. You can remove certain ones. I personally don't think Kathy Hilton, not that it's not smart enough, I don't believe she would know how to do that. I don't. She can't they literally started with a segment of her not being able to get on Instagram to her husband. She can't.
No, she is on Instagram.
She is on Instagram, and she's
texting him. She thinks that by
writing on the comments, it's messaging, DMing. Yeah, she can't even get in contact with Kyle on the phone. So I don't have high hopes that she would be able to even really do any of this. And I'll make this point that you mentioned when we were watching the show. You said, why don't they go for phone records? They could.
I don't know if they can. I don't know if Texas.
I don't know, really. We've never had to do that. But they could. But here's the only issue. Sometimes, maybe now, because there are so many texts now being sent in the world, they can only store up to maybe a month or a certain amount of time. So that might be the only reason. But if I was Kathy Hilton, I'd get those pulled immediately. Because either it would confirm that, you're having a bit of memory loss there, love, or you're a truther, not a liar.
But here's my thing.
Well, but we'll
what
get.
are you doing, Skylar?
Oh God, we'll
back
come
over
back
there.
and sit down, and then you'll tell us your thing.
My thing is the text anyhow that was sent from Kathy.
Mhm.
It was nothing horrible.
No,
She basically just was saying,
silence is golden.
please stop doing this, because if you keep bringing this out to light, it's only going to make things worse for certain people, meaning her and her sister. She didn't write it all out per se, which would have been better, but she just said it would be worse for certain people, and I don't need that.
Yeah.
That sometimes silence is golden. Like it will help, not like you better shut your mouth. Like I can see if she wrote that, like you better shut your mouth because you're starting
Because
trouble.
2 goons are outside your house, and you best be careful.
I don't know. It's just like, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't that like over the top. It was just like, please don't. I think she.
It's not like she sent it
like,
and then she Venmoed her like $100 in hush money with it along with it.
It was just. It wasn't as, over the top or whatever.
I would have started asking for hush money. If you were really smart here, Renna, start asking for hush money, because I would have taken it. I mean, clearly you want the money. Going for that $2 million contract, which we'll get into, was one of the things I wanted to talk about. Now we can talk about the glasses, because
she kind of brought up the glasses after she said
well, I think she asked her, what did you say?
Yeah.
She says, what do you say? And then she says, because you were going around and you threw off your glasses or something. And I think that's the thing. Kathy was going to answer that question. But I think Renna bringing up the glasses and saying she stomped on them threw her off. So now we don't really get to hear what she said.
Here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. Like, could Kathy have those glasses in the dressing room? Yeah, absolutely. It's been a ton of time.
New pair?
You could have gotten them fixed. You could have, or like I said, got a new one.
You're going to Dollar Tree all the time getting new reading glasses.
I mean, so it could have very well been another
backup pair. I got like 3 pairs of glasses.
I mean, I don't know if those were reading glasses or prescription glasses or what they were, but I don't think I don't know. And
but even
for her
still
to keep saying but even for her to say like, oh, I had to go lock myself in the room because I was having you were having a psychotic break. How do you know what that psychotic break is? I wouldn't know.
Trying to cover his
Coopy, we're not outside, honey. I wouldn't know what a psychotic break looked like. I mean, no. Could I,
Cooper is absolutely rude. All right, and start.
I wouldn't know what a psychotic break looked like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could say somebody's acting absolutely crazy, Coco Loca, whatever you want to call it. But she kept insisting, like she knew Kathy was having a psychotic break.
If you felt like she was such, I feel like a psychotic break, you would feel like she was going to do physical harm to you or herself.
Why wouldn't you call her sister?
Or the police if you felt like she was putting you or herself in this much.
But even if she didn't want to do it, go eat nothing now, you fool.
Cooper's like, go eat, sissy. There's nothing. There's scraps on the plate.
So even if you wanted to, you felt that threatened. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't call the police, okay? Because it's not something you want to get the police involved. But why didn't you call Kyle and said, listen, Kyle, I know this is not your problem.
Or Crystal, because Crystal was probably on her way out.
Or but it was Kyle's house and it was her sister. Why wouldn't you just say, Kyle, I don't think you understood. Your sister's acting very crazy. I think you need to calm her.
It's gotten worse since it's gotten
worse. I can't stop her. Maybe you and Mauricio should come here.
Yeah.
Not
or
just
Kyle, if Mauricio's closer.
Or send him, because I think somebody needs to calm her down.
I'm worried for me and the dog's safety.
Yeah, she's out of control.
Why is the dog never brought up in this conversation? Where's the dog?
The dog was probably off by itself. But that's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't do any of that.
She really should have went in her room.
Though. What if Kathy did damage to herself if she's that psychotic?
That's what I'm saying. If she
you just left her alone because you were so scared. I don't know. I thought a lot of it was just really not right. It was just crazy. And unfortunately, Kathy starts to list off things that she did say, because that's what we were like, oh my God, we're so excited. She's going to do it. She's going to say what she thinks she said. And she did say 2 little things. Like, she was like, I was angry at Kyle and I felt dismissed by Kyle and I thought she hated me. And then Lisa Rinna said something, yeah, but you stomped on your glasses and was punching the wall and
that's where she
stopped her from saying what she actually said, which I think that's the thing, is if she denied what Renna was saying,
and said
and then but
the
then
truth.
said like, listen, yeah, I was pissed, and I was like, oh, that DJ's a jerk, and I don't ever want to go back to that club again. Forget about clothes or whatever. Like, I think she would have made herself look even better, but she kind of didn't go into it either. So either she, or she could have just said, listen, I don't remember what I said, but I pray I didn't say all those things because that's just not like me or something. It would have been a better way to handle it, I think. But
Yeah. And Kyle says that her real issue is that this went out of the group, and Erica says that she wanted to discuss it within the group, and Garcelle brings up another valid point that the issues don't stay on the group, they go on social media, and Rena's like, I agree, and Garcelle's like, you're the one who mostly puts it on social media, which is true, it is.
yeah.
It's like those two are like the ones who are just,
And
even if
then
it's
Lisa
like
made
something.
a comment that, which was my thing that was interesting. Lisa made a comment that TMZ called her right after this. I thought she said that same night or something, or that next day or something like that. Here's my
Yeah.
question.
Why'd they call you?
Why does TMZ have your number?
Well, that too.
Why would you let TMZ have your phone number?
True. Because TMZ is so known to be truthful. They just lied about a man being, like, I don't know what celebrity,
Yeah, no,
a
they're
man
not.
being dead a few days ago. And then the guy had to come out and say, I am alive and well.
Yeah.
Why did TMZ say that? I mean,
I'm not surprised.
TMZ is known to, break news on celebrities' death before their families even know. Like, why would you even want to have them have your number or anything like that? And it's just also, my question is,
What is
why?
she doing with her back foot?
I can't see her feet.
She's not putting it down. It's like she's shaking it. Sissy, what's going on with your feet?
Maybe she stepped in food.
I don't know.
All right. Well, there you go. That's sissy for you. But here's my thing. So she also did say they think it got out of the room because there's 200 other people. So you're telling me in 200 other people out of that group, right? Even if they made up 10 of the people that were in that club, 190 other people in there, staff, employees.
Didn't get this on film?
Well,
no, you can't take
I don't
your
think you had
phone.
your phone. I think they probably put them in like those lockers.
Yeah, you can't.
But
do
still,
your phone.
nobody else. These high celebrities that are probably gonna gossip. Nobody was standing even, like, what was Erica, like
that's the
solo
thing.
in a corner? Nobody
Nobody's
heard
come
her
out
say
and
that.
said, I've heard exactly X, Y, and Z. Yeah, that's.
Or yeah, I can vouch. I saw her raging. I saw her absolutely.
Nobody's come out and said that, which is interesting. And then of course they went into the whole why Lisa was saying this opinion of Kathy's, like where Kathy was like, listen, you did this because your contract was coming up and you needed the drama, you needed the attention,
which,
and it could
I believe.
It could
I
be.
believe. Why then? Now, why is there a rumor out there saying that you asked for $2 million?
And she said, "You're the biggest bully in Hollywood, and you bully everybody." And like
at first, she listed off a bunch of names.
At first, I was like, "No," but then I think to myself, "Well, yeah, Lisa Vanderpump."
She said like, Camille, Kim, Denise.
It was. Well, I don't even know if she mentioned Denise. No,
she didn't mention Denise. Brandy.
She
did fight with Brandy, right?
You did do a lot of.
There was at least
pushing
every
people
season.
Out.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
even if it wasn't her directly fighting with them, she was like the devil on the ear, whispering in people's ears, saying, "Stir the pot, stir the pot." So yeah, no, like she really did, like, she brought up a valid point with that.
Yeah.
Which to me, it's too coincidence that her contract was up. She asked for more money now. And I think the more money rumor came out before we really knew what happened in Aspen. So she was probably trying to get that deal signed before it came out. Fans could have an opinion and, but it doesn't even seem like she cares what the fans think, because now her whole thing is
she really doesn't.
She's like eating up the fact that she's the biggest bully in Hollywood and she was booed at BravoCon. So it doesn't really matter to her, like, the opinion, which, I mean, impressive that you don't care what people think, but also, like, you kind of should, because the people dictate if they really want to see you on the show anymore.
So.
Like, it's always good to have someone stir the pot, but, Garcelle can stir the pot just as fine and not make everybody hate her. So, I mean, just saying.
And then they get to the point where they're coming to Kyle's house to, like, make amends. Yeah. And she makes a comment that it sounds like she did apologize to Kyle.
Yeah.
Like, she made it sound like she did apologize, because she said, I did what my sister wanted. My sister wanted me to come and apologize on camera.
She said she did it to make Kyle
Yeah, so that means she already apologized to her once off camera, and now she was apologizing on camera.
Which I do remember when we talked about it, I said it felt like, in my opinion, Kathy wouldn't have apologized if she, like, I remember when we talked about it, I said like something about like I don't think Kathy would have done it. It felt forced, the apology, which now makes sense
Oh, to
because
Renee, yeah.
no, not to Rinna,
Oh.
to coming over to Kyle, like doing it on
it
camera,
was
which now
it
makes sense
makes
why it
sense
was
because
forced.
she
It
was
was.
like, not that it was forced, but I think, I mean, obviously, yeah, she asked her to do it,
Yeah.
but I think she was kind of making light of it in like, like a funny little way.
Yeah.
And
She didn't realize how big this was going to be.
yeah, and I think, we knew because we know how big BravoCon is, and I went somewhere different, didn't I?
You just said we know how big BravoCon is. That's all you said. You were going good for a second there. I think you were going to say how big fights are on Bravo.
No, because I don't remember what you were saying.
I was talking. You were saying that Kathy was making light of everything.
I did.
When she came over for the thing, because we were talking about how it felt like a forced apology.
Yes. I agree with that. That it would have. Wait, we should just do start now.
No, we're just gonna keep going here because I don't know what part was not true. Because a lot of it sounded really right until you brought up BravoCon.
No, see, like, you know what? That's my problem. Like, I know where I'm going with it, and then
But
like
you don't hit the finish line.
no, and
Can't clear it.
No, but then I say something and I start talking about something, and I truly believe that I forgot where I was going with it or what I was talking about.
But you know where you're going.
No, because I just didn't know where I was going now.
You weren't. We got to BravoCon. It felt like you knew where you were going. That's why
I'm saying. It's almost like, when you write and you're writing and then you start.
Watch your Tales of the Jedi episode. This happened there too.
And you go ahead of yourself, and then when you read it, you're like, "Damn, I really thought I wrote that."
You've got to script yourself out like Diana. I'm gonna start holding up the computer to you like cue cards.
I have cue cards here.
No, verbatim.
I know, but that was my big thing. Was that now that we know she wasn't really
forced. Well, she was forced to do it.
Not forced, but Kyle asked her to do it.
That's why it feels like it's almost ingenuine with the Kyle part to me. That makes sense.
Yeah, because it probably was. It probably felt weird
she already
to her
did
because
it.
It's like you're asking her to reenact something.
Yeah. I don't think she gets the concept of this of Bravo like that.
I don't get that. And I think Kyle wanted it on TV so people could see that they made up.
Yeah.
And everything was fine. And the sisters were back together. But then I think she screwed it up by bringing Rinna
because she says
scene.
she doesn't understand why she has to apologize to Rinna. Which, same. I don't get it why you have to apologize to Rinna.
I don't know what kind of apology Rinna's looking for. Like, I'm sorry. I thought you were there for me as a friend. And you took this as like some kind of abuse. I don't know.
Yeah, and
because then she goes on to use that word like, well, I was abused, and
wait, one more before that, which I wanted to point out, because how it got to that was because Rinna says that it should be between the two of them, Kyle and Kathy.
Yeah, but here's my thing,
and they need to work it out. And Garcelle says, "Well, if it's between the two of them, why are you in the middle?" Which is true.
And that's my thing too. Like when she got to the house, whether or not like she brought her there to so that her sister. Did I move everything?
I don't know.
I thought I saw everything move.
Well, now I'm watching you to see if you're on point.
Now that she brought her there to have her sister have, Kathy apologize to her, I need a minute.
Uh-oh.
I just lost it, damn it.
Oh, God.
Oh, I know where I was going with it.
All right, well, let's take it.
Yeah, don't let me go.
Go. Just go.
Like how Garcelle said, like, why are you in the middle of it? If she got there and she saw that they had already worked it out,
Sissy, she's
and that
on.
They seemed
focused.
Better. Just ignore her. And that they seemed better, and they seemed like they had made up. Why did Lisa have to keep digging? And Kyle even kind of said that, like, all these digs that you keep doing, it's making things worse. Because she does know her sister, and she knows how her sister's going to react to certain things. And I think that's what happened again here. That I don't know, she wanted her to be like over the top defending her or something, I think is what happened. And she didn't get in there the way she wanted her to. And quite honestly, Kyle didn't say much.
No,
when they were doing
at the end, she kind of addressed that.
She didn't say much.
One thing, though, that I thought was very interesting from Rinna is Rinna says, "Oh, I was attacked by her."
Yeah.
And then she goes, "I was abused by her."
And then
I was yelled by. Like, she downgraded. Like, let me not mess with the words with this group.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just found that to be really interesting. And the thing was, Garcelle was like, you're saying you're abused, and that's when she's like, well, you know, abuse doesn't have to be physical; it can be verbal.
Yeah, and Garcelle
And
agreed with her.
and
She's
and
like, of course, yes, I
and Andy's
know.
like, well, you've screamed and yelled at people, and she goes, so. I mean, technically, she's done worse than that. She's thrown a glass at Kim
Mm-hmm.
Richards, so really, you have done worse. But and he's kind of like, well, this was that traumatizing to you, and she's like, yes, this is the worst thing I've ever seen on this whole
I
show.
can't believe
I
that.
don't believe that
I
at
can't believe that.
all.
I can't. Because I think if it was, she would have some kind of bruise on her from her pushing or something. I don't know. I just,
Why why didn't she take a picture of the broken glasses on the floor?
I
Why
don't
didn't
know.
she try to, and you're texting, right? You're
Why didn't you
texting.
just try to
Why didn't
record
you
her?
try to hold up the phone to record her? Anything. You
Because
know
the
how much
camera
that
people would have
footage would have
loved you
been?
for that. You would have got your $2
You
million.
would have got the two
If
million
you
and
got
maybe a
that
little
on
bit
camera,
more.
yeah, you would have got that. Or set your camera up and Kim, no, Kathy
Yeah.
didn't know you put it.
Give
And
Kathy your
just,
iPad with this front camera recording and go.
please.
But yeah, no. And Andy does ask her if she wants to move on from this and how will she let it go. And she says she's going to let it go as of now, which I'm pretty sure is not true because
Mm-mm.
even now they make little digs where like Erica and both Renna will be like, well, I stand with the LGBT community because obviously they're trying to make the dig that Kathy clearly said some kind of gay slur. So they're like making, even though they're not talking about it, they're making little digs by saying, oh, well, we stand with the community.
Yeah.
When it's like, they're, you know, so she has not let it go, obviously. And I think she's talked about it in other things too, like little, you know,
Yeah.
shady things, which was kind of foolish for her to say that she was going to drop it because you know that the fans haven't even seen it truly fully air yet. So you're going to have to talk about it. Andy asks if Kyle is upset that Rinna brought her on the show, and she just said she's tired of always getting blamed.
Yeah, which I can see that. And I mean, I think Renna could have brought her on the show, but I think she could have done it differently.
Yeah.
The sad part is I think she thought it was going to make her like invaluable and everybody's going to be like, oh, Lisa Renna. And I think she botched it up a little bit.
Yeah. Too
I think
much.
she botched it
Too.
up. Yeah.
She came on too strong, I think. That was the issue. My favorite though was while she's doing this, Dorit's like, there's gonna be bumps in the road, Kyle, and Kyle goes, I'm tired of the bumps in the road.
I know. I felt
Like
bad. I felt bad for Drew.
Dorit, because she was
I think she
trying.
was trying to give her one of her little speeches and pull her back together. And she did that at the end. She did go in and
Yeah.
talk to her and say, like, listen, you shouldn't let this
Because
get
I
to
think
you.
to a degree, Kyle maybe was having either like an anxiety attack or something because she was very like overworked. She was a little hyperventilating,
Yeah.
just from personal experience. That's kind of what it looked like a little bit to me. Kathy does say that she's sure she'll be at the wedding. Um, and she's upset with Kyle being upset because she thinks Kyle's being like a martyr,
Oh,
basically.
nice.
Which I just think Kyle was
Did you
getting
call her a mortar?
a martyr.
Martyr.
Martyr. Sorry.
I was down and out, but I caught that one.
Sorry. She thought Kyle was acting like Tinsley Mortimer.
That
Um,
was a big laugh.
that was really bad. I was about to call you out for that one, but you got that. Thanks that you addressed that first, okay? You know, I know it wasn't my best joke, but it was something. So please, just bear with me here. I'm dealing with a down and out co-host right now, so I'm trying to double down on the jokes here. Look at him looking at you. All right.
Go ahead.
And I think then they're talking again, Kyle and Kathy, and Renna tries to butt in, and Andy shuts her down like, no, just your comments are not helpful anymore.
Yeah, Lisa Renna. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's like, yeah, we got it.
He's over
We
it.
got it. He said, yeah, we got it.
Because
Your
it's just the
comments are not
snarky comments
because they
of
aren't.
it being like,
They aren't
they're not
helpful.
helping.
No, they're not helping, and they're getting just.
You're not
more
giving
and more
new
ridiculous.
info. You're not helping the situation.
Yeah,
They're in the same place that they were and that they are now. And I wrote this before, during the commercial break, right before the end. I said that I do think that Kyle and Kathy will pull it out. I just think Kathy doesn't want to do it on camera.
Yeah, I did too. I think Kathy's still guarded because I think she has a certain reputation that she has to uphold.
Yeah, I don't think
and
she
I think
wants
the
to.
kookiness is okay, but
No, I
I
just
think
mean like in
money
the
and
sense.
things and
I don't think she gets the whole Bravo thing.
here we
Like,
go
why do we
again.
have to fix it on camera?
Yeah.
Why can't we just talk about this privately, me and Kyle, and then
Here's
come
the
out
thing.
and
I
say
think
we're good?
I think she thinks that that's the way you should do it is off camera because that's when it's
personal.
real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you do it on camera, like and have a witness and like
You're
well,
just
like
doing it for the show, literally.
Yeah. you're really just doing it for the show and making yourself look better, and it's not the way to go.
And then after
Not
the
at all.
commercial, they had said goodbye to Kathy, and then when the commercial comes back, Kathy tells Kyle that she hasn't even said 2 words for her, and she walks off, and she's like behind the scenes, she's like, ugh, nightmare. Which is true. Kyle really didn't say much, but Kyle was also
Yeah.
crying the whole entire time.
That's how they claimed. I mean, I didn't see her crying for 2 hours, but we were also going
which
back and
that was
forth.
all 2 hours. It was like probably like maybe in total like. All right, so I'm just gonna write that down. And then they have after Kathy's gone, they have Kyle. She turns to Garcelle and she's like, "I don't want to toast." And Garcelle's like, "Well, you don't have to because that would be phony if you did."
Yeah.
And Rinna looks over and she's like, "We're gonna get blamed for this," which obviously you are. You did it.
Yeah.
You're the one that brought. Like, what do you mean you're gonna get blamed?
I
for
know
this?
she didn't, and she honestly didn't end up blaming them. She really didn't blame them for it.
No, she didn't like
I
blame
mean,
her
maybe
right there
she
in the
will
second,
going
but
down the road, but she didn't blame
she
them
didn't turn
for
around
it.
and be like,
No.
"I'm not toasting because of you guys." She
I just think
didn't-
she just was over it and she wanted to leave
Go
and
home.
she was done.
Yeah. Because even they all toast, but Kyle like fist bumps all the glasses. Like,
Yeah, because it did make sense because, excuse me, she didn't want to do it, and then all of a sudden she gets up and puts her,
she
her
just put the
hand
fist,
in.
but she's the first one to go off the thing. Well, she hugs Andy and then she
Yeah.
leaves. Which I mean, I could get why she wants to go home because you see her and Dorit like just talk about everything that's going on. And while she's doing it, like they are taking Kyle's hair out there, so you know clearly have to stay there and get
Kyle.
unready and everything.
That hair was very minuscule.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, clearly she has to, like,
Yeah.
take the glam off there before she goes home because the people have to take the stuff back that's probably rented. So it's like, you know, she probably does just want to get up and leave, not do the toast and go. I will say it's a little weird, though, because everybody online made it seem like Kyle wasn't even going to toast at all, but she did
they made
stay
it sound
there.
like, but he didn't really say.
They didn't do a toast
You
or,
never
like...
you never heard them answer that question, like, what are we doing? He just kind of started going back to asking a few questions.
Well, they
Andy,
didn't
and it was,
say,
like,
like
weird.
they
But
usually
didn't
have them do,
actually
like, a speech or something,
no,
or
they
say
didn't do
something they're
anything like
grateful
that.
for.
I think they just said a little quick, like, I don't know,
Cheers.
something. Cheers to the season, the end of the season, or something.
And they shared that the next time Kyle and Kathy saw each other was BravoCon. But also, they did not show the clip of Erica's publicist.
No, I thought that was weird. The funny thing is, like, Erica was like, yeah, I don't think they would do that. And they're Nikki Hilton's publicist as well. And then
Kathy
agreed. Kathy was like, yeah, well.
But maybe the publicist didn't do it or something. Anyway, maybe they were just gossiping.
No, but then
maybe it was somebody else who the hair makeup person or anything.
I feel like they would know.
Yeah.
Like who was there at the time that you were just, I don't know.
I think that's all. We did talk about before the reunion. All our final thoughts. It's an exclusive video on our YouTube because as of now, this video will not be up on YouTube. Maybe it will.
Yeah, why wouldn't it? We're going to get it to Saturday.
Well, we'll see.
No, wait, tomorrow is Saturday.
This will already be up by then. Yeah. But we're hopefully our computer it's fixed. It's at Apple waiting for us to go pick it up. We have to go get it tomorrow. And we're going to mass put up all the videos that we missed. So if you're on YouTube and you're like, where were all those other videos? They should hopefully already be up by now. And we also posted on Friday our Andor and Tales of the Jedi thoughts. And every Monday we post our weekly podcast where we talk about the shows that we watch separately. And we also spin a wheel and talk about news that's going on. And also on Monday, we're going to do a bonus episode where we talk about our favorite Halloween sitcom episodes. So make sure
to watch that this weekend for Halloween.
So make sure you check that out. And we will be our next episode on next Saturday.
They're facing each other. They don't look like they want to be, but they are. But that's good.
You're like, hurry up, let's go. And now you're sidetracking. Next week, we're going to do the OC. We're covering season 1 of the OC. I think we're going to do season 1 as a whole. And then from there, because the seasons progressively get longer since they are the originals, we'll figure out how we're going to break it down, if it's by fight or by a certain amount of episodes. We'll work that out as we go. But that's in prep for OC to come back. So that's
4 stars if we think we're bad. 5 stars if we're bad.
I'll do it.
I mean, if we're
5 stars if we're bad. Stop it. Watch your hand. You're like tickling my thigh. All right, here we go. I'll do it as quick as I can possibly. Oh my god.
Like if I take my charger.
I don't know how the hell you did that, but you did that somehow because you wanted to. She pulled the charger cord out and it shut down the whole thing.
No, but it never does that. it might blink like that, like the page, but then it comes right
I
back.
don't know why I did that. All right. Let me do my spiel quick because
Yes, do it. Stop. No one's interrupting you.
yeah, literally you just
No,
did.
you
You pulled the
don't. No,
plug out and you
you're on
shut
your
the
own
computer
tangent.
off.
You're on your own tangent.
And here we go. So you can give us a 4 or 5. A 4
Four
if you think we have to improve.
improve.
A 5 if you know we're gonna improve. But you might as well just leave it to 5 now because
you
we
want to
are
go
gonna.
back.
You don't want to go back, and we are
Never
probably gonna
backtrack.
improve. Just don't waste your time. And make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications because you never know when we might throw a bonus episode out. I mean, we're giving you a warning that on Monday we're posting a bonus episode, but you may never know when another one may appear. You never know. And if you're on YouTube in the little bit minuscule of the future, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment telling us how we can improve. And I think that's everything. Okay, state your line.
Hit the button. I gotta go watch dishes.